What is going on, everybody? Jake the Bills fan here. And before we even get into the preview of the Chargers game this week, make sure to look behind me and see how Coach is angry. He is angry because you are not subscribed to Jake the Bills fan. So if you do not want Coach to be angry anymore and possibly take us to a loss this weekend against the Chargers, then make sure to subscribe and Coach won't be as angry anymore. And then maybe he'll be level headed going into the game this weekend. So let's get into that game against the Chargers this weekend. We have possibly a team that everybody thinks we're just going to steamroll over because our offense is just that good. Their defense is bad, but I really don't believe that's the case. I feel like there's a little bit more going into it. You cannot just assume that you are going to go in and absolutely demolish a team. That has been shown on multiple occasions. Most recently, the Dolphins showing that they could not get it done offensively against the Denver Broncos, who are one of the worst teams in the league. So let's get right into this Chargers game. Again, they have Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, and probably the guy that is going to be the offensive rookie of the year now that Joe Burrow went out and died against the Washington football team. And there's no slouch when it comes to this team offensively. Yes, you could talk about their running backs, but there is a really strong case that the running back that they have, Austin Eckler, will be returning this week against the Bills. And if there's one thing that should scare you as a Bills fan is hearing the words Austin Eckler and thinking about our defense and how they have been against the run this season. Dude, Austin Eckler coming back could possibly change the full outcome of this game, and the Buffalo Bills need to make sure to like choose their poison when it comes to this game, because look, this offense has many different dimensions that it has to it. Legitimately, the Chargers are not going out there and losing because their offense can't get it done. They're going out there and losing because their defense can't get it done. The Chargers offense ranks third in yards and 11th overall with rushing and passing. That is no slouch. Now, we have gone against teams that are number one and number two when it comes to total yards in the Seattle Seahawks and the Cardinals. But this team is one that we should be wary about coming out of the bye week, maybe not being fully prepared for them coming off of a win and Justin Herbert getting his beautiful hair shaven off to look like somebody whose mom just cut their hair. So, the Chargers defense, it has all these dimensions and possibly another one returning to it. That is something that we definitely have to be able to game plan for. Now, when it comes to defensively, with the Los Angeles Chargers, their secondary is beat. I would say that almost their whole defense is beat. They rank 11th in yards allowed, which honestly isn't that bad at all. That's actually way more than way better than the Bills even have. But the one thing that they do seem to struggle in, even though their secondary does have some problems, they are 15th in rushing and 15th in rushing touchdowns. Now, that's about middle of the pack, and I think that needs to be a little red flag for Brian Daboll to see, since apparently they did a deep dive over the bye week and are trying to address some of the problems that the Buffalo Bills have offensively. So, if you look, one of the glaring things about their defense as well is that you always see that they lose by a score. That's because if you look at the percentages in their rankings, when it comes to the red zone, the Chargers cannot stop a nosebleed. It is absolutely awful when it comes to their percentage. If you get in the red zone, you are almost guaranteed to be able to score. Like, it is absolutely ridiculous. So if the Buffalo Bills can take advantage of that and get into the red zone, just hand it off to Devin Singletary or somebody. Like, rushing touchdowns, they cannot stop that when it comes in the red zone. So that takes me into the Bills game plan. What can they do to possibly win this game and continue and move on to be 8-3 and still be in first place in the division? Run the damn ball. Jesus Christ. Running the ball could be really, really important in this game. And after this bye week, they said they were going to go in and dissect and see what was wrong with the run game. Well, this is the game to show it. make sure that you run it down their damn throat if you want to. Now, here's the thing. Brian Daboll really does like to pass the ball. That is not something that I'm going to sit here and argue, because he sure as hell has shown in games where we thought that we were going to run the ball. Brian Daboll said, no, we're going to pass the ball. So are they going to do that? Probably, most likely. But what would be the most effective? Hopefully now we get a good mix of running and passing, because there's definitely a case to be made that our two running backs could be a top tandem in the league if we use them correctly. Now, when it comes to defensively with the Buffalo Bills, we have to keep it in front of us. This is one of those teams that just seems to be able to have Justin Herbert break out of the pocket on the run, kind of like Josh Allen does, and just make a play. Dude's got a cannon, he's got an arm, he's got touch. Justin Herbert is something to look at when it comes to game planning for this defensively. So definitely keep it in front of us, because they're going to have those big receivers in Mike Williams and Keenan Allen and Hunter Henry, their tight end, going over the middle. We have to keep it in front of us. We cannot give up the big play, or they're just going to keep it close and we're going to have to win a shootout, which I do believe that the Buffalo Bills can win, and Josh Allen can go out there and perform in a shootout. But definitely that takes me into my last point, is pile it on. The Chargers have shown that they do have times where once you figure them out, they are stagnant when it comes to being able to keep putting it on offensively. Check the Jets game last week. The Jets almost actually came back and won that game. That is crazy to think about. But yes, we have to pile on the points. If we have it figured out in the first half and they can't stop it, pile it on, because you know they're somehow going to be able to come out. And if our third quarter is still not fixed, even though they said they would fix it, then we might have to be able to pile on the points and do what we did last season, which is get the lead and just try to keep it. So that explains all of the Chargers game, what the Chargers have, what the Bills need to do. And if there is any chance that we lose this game, I feel like I've broken it all down to where you would know what things to look at. And hopefully the Bills organization is looking at that as well. So if you did enjoy this video, make sure to, again, do what Coach says. Look, he's angry. Make sure to subscribe so that you never miss a video of breakdowns post game, and even special videos that I do, like tribute/hype videos, which again, if you are a returning subscriber, you will see that in the featured content on my channel. If you are not, make sure to subscribe like Coach says, and you will be able to see all of my videos. And yeah, I don't have anything else to plug here. One other announcement is I'm not going to be able to do a post game, like immediate post game report of the game after it happens, because I will be out of town. I will be at some family, and I will not have my equipment to do any of this. So again, make sure to subscribe, stay tuned for my next video, and let's go Bills.